What's good, y'all? It's Kenny Cams. Got my coffee. Like, comment, and subscribe for me. All right. So I done took let the days go by. I didn't rush and do this one, but I want to get into the history of Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Now, I realized from like 2014ish to like 2017ish or 18ish, I was coaching, so I was moving around so much. Like I was not tapped into I knew what music was coming out, but I didn't know what was going on with the actual musicians. So today I took a deep dive back to see the whole timeline of what was going on with this Drake and Kendrick stuff. Cause you can see on the by the responses, it's not surface level thing. This has been a long standing thing, and it made sense after realizing their history. So first off, J. Cole, I was completely wrong, bro. Like I'm a lyricist, so I'm like, and I kind of like conflict a little bit, so I was like, oh, go do it. But it wasn't to say that J. Cole couldn't do it. I was disappointed because I know J. Cole would have put up a good effort. But I also see how J. Cole knew, like, nah, bro, they got something they got to handle. I got to stay out of it. So I get that. But so going back, I didn't realize the timeline of how like Drake and Kendrick Lamar actually came up. I assumed that Section 80, because all that music back then kind of gets smashed together. So I assumed that Section 80 was around the same time Drake popped off. So I assumed they popped off at the same time together. In reality, Drake popped off first. Drake had his line like So Far Gone. He had, I think Take Care was even out before Section 80. So like to put the timeline in it. So Drake was the bigger star 100% when they first like started linking together. And then Kendrick, he actually took Kendrick on his first big tour. So after that, they continuously took a bunch of shots at each other. The thing that pushed the bar over the edge for Drake was the Control verse. And it shows, like, it even more speaks to what Kendrick is saying in his disses now about Drake. Like, that if you, as a competitor, like, as a musician, it's a bunch of Milwaukee musicians that I rock with. I know since I was kids. But I think I'm a better rapper and a songwriter than all of them niggas. A beat maker than all of them. Maybe not on drums, but melodies and like putting songs together, I think I'm better than all of them niggas. And they should feel the same way. But Drake is not from the culture. I'm gonna get to that later. So Drake doesn't understand that back and forth. He took it as disrespect. So he went on a couple different radio shows. They took jazz back and forth with each other. What I think was happening is, another thing is Drake, his last business deal, he owns a bunch of them niggas masters too. So that plays into this why everybody mad at Drake. But also, it shows more Drake's character. Because to be so sensitive and to react like that off of just him, that Control verse, which was very mild, like, he moved like that in the rest of his life too. It ain't just in that one situation. That's like all the time how he moved. So we fast forward to Metro Boomin and them. So Metro Boomin and Future, Drake own their catalog. So I think they thought that Drake was going to be boys and maybe like let him get their shit. They don't understand that Drake's not a friend, bro. He's a actor playing a role. So when they dissed him, they know, in the industry, they know who don't rock with each other. And it was like, Kendrick, you got a free shot here. You want to take it. And Kendrick was like, I got time today, and took it. And that was like that. So I think that Drake and J. Cole, I think Drake had to send J. Cole off. And like test the water to see how Kendrick was feeling. And Drake overplayed his hand here. I think he thought that Kendrick wouldn't be prepared for this, but like what people don't get is I guarantee Kendrick had all these tracks ready for years. So he had to probably clean them up to get them out, but I guarantee he had diss tracks ready for years for these cats. Because why wouldn't he? Like, why wouldn't he in the rap game? Like, people so janky, fam. Like, I wouldn't even on the front of it, but people so janky, so why wouldn't he have them? So I'm convinced that he did know that this was gonna happen down the line. He said it in so many different songs. He said it like, he did it subliminally though, because Kendrick is a poet. So Drake thought it was games, and I'm still like, if that Tupac and stuff track, that was whack. Then Drake dropped the Family Matters track, which was dope. That's a solid diss track. But Kendrick and them is so smart where like you let that breathe, then bang, bang, bang. And what Kendrick is doing, y'all, I'm gonna get more into the substance of what the battle is. Who's winning? It's gonna be depend on who you're a fan of. Like if you're a Drake fan, you're gonna think Drake's winning. If you're a Kendrick fan, you're gonna think Kendrick's winning. If you're you like lyrics, you don't think Kendrick's winning. So it's variables to who like who. But what this is putting a spotlight on hip hop of people who, what do you represent? That's what Kendrick was getting to the core of. What do you represent, Drake? And like, we don't believe it no more because you haven't done anything to make us believe it. And when he started breaking down that, like, and Drake got so many old videos of him when he was on Degrassi, man. Like he wasn't raised as a black dude, and he tries to impersonate black culture. So Drake is in the same category I put a lot of these like black elitist education people. They learn black culture from like white people. So they don't know what it means to be black. So they just hop on trends that black people do so they can be seen as black so he can make money. Drake's an opportunist. Now, the kid stuff, that's wild. I'm glad Kendrick is finally starting to say it and talk up about what's happening in the industry and Cat and everybody. But Drake gotta address that. And if he doesn't, he's guilty. That's how it worked with us. Like, that's how it worked when you ribbing, when you talking shit, like when you gotta say something or you guilty of it, bro. So it's gonna be interested on that. But what y'all think? I think it's still a couple more tracks that's gonna come out, so I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what y'all think. It's Kenny Cams. Like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. I'm at like 600 subs ish, so 400 more to go and I'm monetized, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. A lot more content coming out. Kenny Cams, I'm out. Peace.